Hello everyone. Welcome to Paper Happinessity with Monica. My name is Monica Formosa and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the Wide Bay area of Queensland on the east coast here of Australia. Today I am sharing a card. I'm recreating a card that was made for INKspiration challenge number 186. Now this challenge is actually a tribute and a farewell to these lovely in colours that we've had for 2 years. I know they weren't everyone's cup of tea, but I didn't mind them. In the Stampin' Up colour range, we have 4 static family colours. We have a Regals, we have a Brights, we have subtles, Regals, Brights, subtles, and then we also have a neutrals, and then we have the black and the white and the beige and all the basic colours. But for 2 years, Stampin' Up bring out 5 colours, and they alternate them. So that this year we'll have some new colours coming out because these ones are now retiring. These 5 colours will retire. I think May 5th. I think the new colours, you'll be able to see the new colours May 6th. And so for this challenge, we thought we would do a little farewell and a tribute to these gorgeous colours. Well, I won't say gorgeous because not everyone thought that they were gorgeous. My card actually uses up strips and scraps. And trust me, you don't have to use these colours. You can, if you've got a colour theme going on for a birthday party or something, or an occasion, you can definitely do that. But this is my card. And I've used strips of the 5 colours. We didn't have to use the 5 colours, but I thought, you know what? These colours actually don't look too bad altogether. I hope you can see that. And I've kept it with the 5 colours, but if you wanted to swap out these little, I'm not sure, I don't want to call them flowers because at the end of the day, this could be a card for a fella or a masculine card. So I kind of really don't want to call them flowers, but you know, at the end of the day, that's probably what they were meant to be. And they come from the lovely and sweet dies, which I can't get my tongue around all this, which are on the last chance product list. Now, I'm not sure. I haven't checked to see if they are still available. They may not be because, you know, that list has been out there for a little while. But if you don't have anything like this, you could actually swap them out and use embellishments, coordinating embellishments with whatever cardstock or even DSP you could use in it as the strips. And the hay comes from the stamp set Saying Hay. So this one has this big hay that you can add to the front, and then all these other little add-ons that you can use for the inside. I haven't actually put anything on the inside of my card. I'll just wait until I have an occasion that I can use it for. But yes, like, congrats, good looking, you can do this, I'm so glad you exist, which is probably not something I would say, but you know, like if you've got a friendship going on, that's fine. Thanks, I love you, I miss your face, which is another one I probably wouldn't use too much, but there's a happy birthday and this little fun one here, insert clever message here. So that's a very good all-round occasion kind of stamp set. Okay, so, and I have stamped it in Pebbled Path and fussy cut it and then attached it with dimensionals. I don't know whether the camera will pick that up, but yeah, that's just been attached with dimensionals. Okay, so for this, what you'll need is a card base, and I haven't quite matched that up, folded that too accurately. It's a little bit wonky. Let's see if I can straighten that up a bit. You'll need lots of scraps, guys. A scrap of white for your sentiment, and then what I've done is I've cut strips. Now this is for the inside, because I've just dropped some. This is for the inside and I'll glue my little cut off pieces when I'm finished the front. Excuse me while I just pick my strips up off the floor. And then what I've gone and done is I have cut these ones measure 1/2 inch wide, or centimeters. Gosh, I don't know, guys. I don't use centimeters. A centimeter? Yeah, roughly a centimeter or 1/2 inch. And then I've done two narrower, not smaller, narrower ones in each color, and they are 1/4 inch, or you could go drop it down to 1/2 centimeter, I guess. And then, and there's no measurements. I honestly, these all measure between, I think the longest one is 2 3/4 or 7 centimeters. And then maybe one of the shorter ones, 2 1/4 or down to 5 1/2. So they alternate between those three, 2 1/4, 2 1/2, or 2 3/4, which is 5, 6 or 7 centimeters is what I would go through if you want centimeter measurements. All right, so I will leave that there. And I won't promise that I will do exactly the same, but these the thicker ones, what I decided to do this time was to make them all the same length, and that way there's that consistency throughout the design. If you have a little trimmer or snips, you can then go and chop these off to whatever you wanted to. So to do this here, I didn't actually measure it, and what I did is I started from the top and worked my way down, I might just do the same colors but in different sizes. And that'll save me a little bit of thinking. No, I want a thicker one. No, I might actually go a thin, a thick, and then a pink. I'm not sure about this pink, blue, and now we'll go, I might just mix these up around a little bit. I'm not quite sure. I've got the blue and then the copper, pebble, wild wheat. Now I've done that up there. I might actually do wild wheat, a thicker wild wheat, and then a smaller pebble. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to not create a pattern so much, but have those colors spaced out so that there's 3 of each colour, 3 strips of each colour. And you're kind of trying to get those colours evenly. That's not really quite the balanced. You're trying to get those colours balanced throughout the whole thing. So that's roughly where you want them to be. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim these off, and I'm just going to use my snips. No, maybe, or I've got my little itty bitty trimmer here. All right, so this one here is 2.5. So what I might do is I might make this one 2 1/4, and that ends a little bit messy. So let's go 2 1/4. And I'm going to I've got a little bowl over here with my little bits and pieces. So we're going to go like this. I might go you might want to fast forward this bit. You could easily just use your snips. Let's go. That was 2 1/2. Let's go. Yeah, I might do 2 1/2 again. All right, so this challenge actually runs for 3 weeks. So that's going to give everyone plenty of time to maybe sit down and create something, and you don't need social media to do this. It's not something that you have to have, but if you do have social media, YouTube or a blog or Facebook page, business page, Instagram, you can very much link it if you decide to join us. What am I doing? I might do a smaller one here. Oh, I just threw the one away I wanted. Of course I did. And I might do even a smaller one. All right. Those two are the same, but that's okay. All right. So we're going to start at the top and work our way down. And honestly, there's if you wanted to, you could add more to the bottom, but all I did was then just trim the bottom of the card up. So now what we're going to do is just add a little bit of glue, or if you wanted to, you could maybe start just a little bit further down. So let's maybe start a little bit down. Not too far. If you have a tea ruler, it might help. It might help just to keep things a little bit lined up. But once you start, I just did it pretty much all by eye. Oh, excuse me. Wet glue is actually perfect for this because it just gives you a little bit of wriggle time. I'm just going to push that one out just that little bit further. And I know that wet glue isn't everyone's favourite adhesive because it does get a little bit sticky. I'm just trying to think. I might, no. Somewhere here in my, I'll just take away that little bit of glue. Kind of feel like they're not so straight anymore. Anyway. I hope everyone had a lovely Easter. Ours was quite busy, quite hectic, but it was lovely having my family. All my family were home, and it's been a while since that had happened, which was lovely. And then we did a big cook up then on yeah, I kind of feel I've gone a bit wonky. And feel like I need to put the Moody Mauve in here. And then Baby Pebble. really don't know yet. And then we'll finish with copper clay. There we go. So there's all our strips, and I will need to go in and take off the extra adhesive that I don't need to be there. All right, so the next thing I want to do is just work out where I'm putting all these, and before I do that I will put my word on. And get that where I need it to be, and then I can scatter these other little bits and pieces. Okay, so maybe there this time. Kind of in the middle, but not in the middle. And then what I like to do is contrast them with everything that's going on. So we got all that happening. And what I've gone and done is I've cut two sizes. I kind of want to put a big one in there, a big copper clay. And what I'm trying not to do is add a colour underneath a colour, if you understand. Maybe copper. I think I've got an extra one here somewhere, but you know, you could probably add a couple over there, but that's all right. I'm happy with that. And like I said, you don't have to use these. If you wanted to use gems, if you find, especially for a masculine card, you might find that these are a little bit too florally, flowery. Stick. Thank you. Full cooperating. Yep, no. And I probably should have put a little bit of INKstella on these before I started. If you think that you mightn't want to put INKstella on, but a little bit of sparkle never goes astray. All right. Oh, that does not go on there. I was trying to put this lid on my glue. That does not work. Guys, it's not meant to go on there. All right, I'm just going to add a little bit of INKstella. So we have a little bit of sparkle, just subtle, really subtle. That hasn't quite stuck. think there's a drop of glue right there. Okay, so there's the front of the card. Now for the inside, what I thought I would do is I'm going to add glue here and literally just plonk these on. And if I use my grid paper, I might be able to keep them straight, in theory. And then I'm going to just trim them off. I actually didn't do this on my original card, but I thought, you know what, I've got all these little bits and pieces left over. Let's just use them up. If you wanted to be pedantic, you could have went down using the same as what's on the card front. If you have that little bit of OCD going on. But you know what, I don't know whether anyone would actually take the time to notice, to tell you the truth. All right. All right, oops. And yes, it does get very sticky, this glue. All right, so we've done that, and you can either now use your trimmer or your snips. And I've got enough here that I can do one for my other card if I wanted to. All right, so we've got this happening here. Oh. Got a fair bit going on here. I'd really like my silicone mat. If I can find it close to hand. Let me put that down. And we're going to put that down. And we'll trim this off too. And that's it. The card is finished. Thank you so much for watching me and bearing with me if you're still watching. It was a little bit tedious today, nothing too exciting. Gluing strips down, which is, you could add a little bit of Inkstella to those too if you wanted to. I've got glue there everywhere. Bit of sparkle. Heck yes. Yes, so thank you for joining me, everyone. I would like to give everyone a big thank you. I know time is precious for many of us, so thank you so much for popping in and watching, and thank you, a warm welcome to anyone that's new. That's the inside, and that's the front. If you're If you have enjoyed what you've seen today, I would really appreciate a thumbs up. It's a lovely way of supporting my little papercraft business without costing a penny or a cent or a dollar. And maybe you'd even like to subscribe if you have friends that would also like to, that you think might be inspired by what I have created, or any of my past projects. Please do share with your friends. You can also share to Pinterest. There's a little share arrow underneath the video here that you can share it out to Pinterest. So yeah, that's it. We are on Facebook. It's a Facebook group, the Colour INKspiration Challenges, and please do go over and have a look at what everyone's created, because the guys, we have an amazing team, very, very inspirational. We have a couple of artisans. We've got one current artisan, and we have a couple of artisans that like to actually participate every now and again in our challenges, so it's lovely to have them join us as well. All right, guys, that's it from me. Bye for now, and hopefully I'll see you again next time. Thank you. Bye for now.